What if you could visit a specific moment in your past and uncover lessons you never saw? My name is Emeroy. This is Fragments in Time, where I revisit my journey as an entrepreneur. It's a wrap. Woo! Like literally 4 clients just came in. My business partner has decided to bounce out from the business. Dancer. And dad. You're gonna be amazing.
I'm gonna go do best adventures. Please. And my meeting, and editing, everything.
With something that I couldn't have had back then. The perspective that comes only through living through it all. Because the most important discoveries aren't just what you learn in the moment, they're what time teaches you about which moments really counted. We're on to October 28, 2019. So, I don't even know where to start today. Another rough start to the week. 2 bouts of heavy news today. One of my bigger clients has decided to discontinue his services with us because he was hit with a huge tax thing, and I have to focus on paying that off. So that means cutting our services for the remainder of the year, potentially starting it back up in January. Okay. Wow, what a start for this week. I actually don't remember which client we lost, but I do remember that the feeling because it was a big client and a good chunk of the revenue was coming from that, which paid the team at the time, and it's one of those things that scared me because there's people that are relying on me to help pay for their livelihoods, which is a lot of pressure, and I wanted to make sure that people who worked for me were taken care of. And goddamn, the tax thing. And also, not only that, my business partner Gabby has decided to bounce out from the business. We kind of butted heads today. We had disagreements, and I think we pulled ranks, and it didn't really come from a place of understanding. We were kind of like more pontificating and dick measuring, and it's disappointing. It sucks, but she made the decision to bounce out. I still think that there's plenty of possibility to make things work. Well, unfortunately, it didn't work out. Gabs, if you're watching this, I love you. I wish you best of luck with everything. And, who knows where we're going to be within the next year or so. Vision Paradox has definitely grown and changed a lot this year. It's a lot of opportunities are coming in. And honestly, I'm just going to keep going on. And I think for me now, it's just keeping things on a positive note. It's more like I now have the opportunity to just make decisions quickly, act quickly, and work at the speed that I know I'm capable of. So in terms of like the workload, I think there's going to be a lot more put on me. But I know it's kind of what I expected. Well, am I open to taking on other partners after this? Probably not. I like having a lot of the control. If I do decide to have partners again, there has to be a reasonable percentage of partnership relative to the amount of work that they put in. Because I know for me, I work a fuck ton of hours, and I'm a workhorse. So the last thing I want to do is go into a comparison and be like, I've been doing this much. What have you done? I'm sure she'll share her story one way or another. This is just my side of the story. I'm just trying to provide a perspective of what happens in business sometimes, especially when you go into business with friends. I remember this conversation with my business partner as well, that when we ended things, it was in the middle of my son's swim practice, and we were butting heads in regards to this web series that we were hired to do. I know it was huge creative differences, and the thing that, out of my own ego, I pulled rank to try to say that it's my way or the highway. And unfortunately, that was the final straw. And to be honest, it sucked to lose someone who was in the trenches with you, but also at that time, mentally, I felt like I was more confident to do Vision Paradox on my own. I originally got my business partners because I was scared to start doing business on my own, because I thought I would fail. and I wanted to be around familiar people who had their own strengths on certain areas. The more we went along, the more I realized that I'm much stronger than I thought. For lack of a better saying, I don't think I needed them anymore at that point. But who knows? That's just, introspection. But who knows where the direction could have been if we stayed partners or if we had worked it out. But yeah, I think that's how I was feeling at that moment. I really wanted to take VP onto my own direction. That could just be me being a control freak.